This is OHSU, shaped by leaders, pioneers, and those brave enough to take that first step. We carry the torch and shine a light on what is possible. We are a collaboration of disciplines, listening to one another, learning from each other. The OHSU Pediatric Psychology Internship and Fellowship programs are more than opportunities to gain experience. It's your time to serve with a community of trailblazers and groundbreakers.
It always feels good to be proud as an individual, and so it feels good to be proud for yourself, but to watch someone else be proud of themselves, to watch a kid be proud of something they did, or to watch a parent be proud of the hard work they've put in and some success and growth they've found. It's an emotion that doesn't have a word for me. It's one of the most satisfying things. It's one of the most satisfying things ever.
I work primarily in brain rehab, or kids that come to the hospital for a traumatic brain injury. And so I actually meet kids while they're in the ICU on the day that their life is being saved and their families, and that's a very tragic situation. I also get the privilege of journeying with that family through recovery, watching kids not only survive but thrive, and having a bit of an opportunity to play a role in that. That's meaning of life stuff.
I was initially interested in OHSU really for the rigor of their program and the wide variety of experiences that I could get that I really hadn't had gotten exposure to yet. After interviewing though, I really understood that the faculty here in the psychology department at OHSU really value the person, and it's kind of an experience of lifelong learning, which I didn't expect to get when I knew that I'd only be here for a year. And so I really valued how much they actually put into training us interns.
Initially, I was attracted to OHSU because of the reputation and the institution's mission statement. What really closed the deal for me was coming here and visiting for my interviews and meeting supervisors and faculty that I'd be working with. That was really when I got a better sense of what the culture was like here, the great people I'd be working with if I ended up here.
Half of my draw, or even more, is about the training and the mentorship I can provide. If I can ignite a little passion in someone else, then that's satisfying and rewarding to me. That's a good part of why I do this. I learn as much from the trainees as they learn from me. I enjoy the process of getting to know them, getting to know their goals and their dreams for their placement. By knowing them in that relationship, I can then tailor their experience and help guide them towards the path that helps them achieve their goals.
I did internship and fellowship at OHSU, and through the 2 years that I spent at OHSU, I felt very ready for kind of taking the next step into like a professional career, and knowing what I wanted to do next. I've realized the importance of having that support from colleagues. That was something I kind of looked for when I was looking for jobs out in the community.
Psychology for me is this perfect blend of being a scientist, being a provider, being an educator. I get to use my brain, but I also get to just care for people. It makes every day pretty good.
We operate primarily out of Dornbecker Children's Hospital, which is a freestanding children's hospital within the medical university. And we are part of the Department of Peds as psychologists. We are fully integrated into the Department of Pediatrics and are looked upon as colleagues within that hospital setting. So we are involved in everything you can imagine from a pediatric perspective that would be attended to in a pediatric hospital, from the NICU to the PICU, to nephrology programs, to cardiology programs, to feeding programs, healthy lifestyles programs, to general child development programs. We have infiltrated the entirety of the pediatric hospital, and we have, I believe we have 20 faculty at this point representing our work throughout the hospital, which is a part of this bigger institution.
All of our faculty have a strong passion for what they do and for mentoring and teaching and facilitating the success of the trainees who come through our division. As co-director of the fellowship program, we have a group supervision that we hold every week that is a safe place to discuss and I don't know, find support in the group and from Trevor and I for getting through those rough spots, because they're inevitable. It is challenging to go through a fellowship or an internship.
I think the Priya who applied to internship was probably more timid and unsure of my abilities, had a high level of imposter syndrome, and the Priya now is more confident, feels like I can tackle a challenge, and knows that even if I'm unsure about things, I have the skills to find the answers. I have supportive colleagues who I can consult with. So definitely feeling more confident and independent in my abilities.
But the people who are interviewing already have demonstrated that they have the strengths and the abilities, and they already are really great candidates. And so at this point during the interview process, they really get to understand what their goals are and see if that really matches with OHSU. And so I would ask questions about, is this a place that I could see myself in the future? Is this a place where I feel like I'm going to be valued? And asking those questions directly, I would encourage. And I think, if you're going to get the training that you want here and the culture really fits, I think you'll have a great experience.
I was actually a trainee here. As most of our faculty, it's a strange, weird thing. A lot of us were trainees. I was an intern and then a fellow, and then was lucky enough to stick around. I often tell people when we're talking that if it was a bad place, people wouldn't want to stay. And so that you have trainees that matriculate into faculty tells you a little bit about what people value here.
The multidisciplinary work is true and ingrained in how the program's built. A vast majority of the activities that happen are working on teams, and not just doing your own work and then connecting back with the team, but actually being in the same workroom with other professionals and other disciplines, and learning how all those different perspectives come together to provide the best care for the child.
I love kids. I think that is one of the drivers of why I got into this field and why I'm interested in evaluation broadly, and really working with families too, because I think it's not just the kid that you have to like working with, but also working with parents and really partnering with them to support their child and their development.
My supervisors really care about me as a human being, that they want to make sure that I am a whole person as well, because they know that I'm going to be better at my job and I'm going to be better for my patients and families if I am in a good place personally.
During internship, I had my second child as well, and the program was very supportive of that, especially Kim Reynolds. I found myself almost like apologizing for the inconvenience I might be causing her and the program, and she kind of looked at me and she was like, "Don't you dare apologize for having a life." That immediately made me feel so relieved. The psychology division at OHSU is unique and special. You will be challenged, you will learn a lot, it will be demanding, but you'll also be incredibly supported along every step of the way.
At some point, it's about the why you do what you do, as much as the how. We do it because we are bold. We do it because someone needs to make the difference, and we know we can make the difference because we already have. We welcome the curious, inspired, and those willing to be bold. This is OHSU.